How pollution in our oceans affects sea turtles. There are a couple main sources of pollution, and the first of them is degradable waste, which is actually the most common form of pollution found in the ocean. And this includes food processing waste, chemical industry waste, and oil spills. And here are some pictures of those things. The next source of pollution is fertilizer, which comes from irrigation runoff and leads to an increase in phytoplankton production, which causes the waters to become deoxygenated and harmful for the turtles. And here I have some pictures of phytoplankton. Then there's land pollution, which comes from runoff and pipes emptying waste and sewage into the ocean waters, as you can see in the picture here on the left. And lastly, as everybody knows, litter is a huge part of the pollution in our oceans, and it can come anywhere from trash left on the beaches to fishing nets, etc. It can take years to be broken down once it's in the ocean. And like the picture here on the left, if a net gets stuck around a turtle, it can be very hard for them to get out of that. Next, we have garbage patches in our ocean, which are basically just large amounts of garbage spread across the water in various regions. And they can be located up to 100 miles off of the shore. The North Pacific Garbage Patch is one of the main and biggest garbage patches in our ocean, and it's located above a water column which stretches from the surface of the water down to the seafloor, and because of this, garbage can get sucked down into the deep sea and affect animals way below the surface, as well as turtles on top of the surface in the floating water. There are 7 types of sea turtles, and they're all endangered, and sadly, this title is correct. All of these turtles are endangered due to pollution in our oceans. Why are sea turtles endangered? Because pollution can cause internal and external tumors in sea turtles, and when a turtle sees a piece of plastic floating in the ocean, they can mistake it for a prey, such as a jellyfish, and this can be very harmful to their digestive system, causing it to collapse at times. And plastic cannot even be broken down in our environment, so basically it would be impossible for a turtle's digestive system to ever be able to break down plastic if they were to eat it. And young turtles are actually more at risk of dying because they live at the surface of the water, which is where majority of the pollution stays and floats for years at a time. So whenever they're swimming at the surface, they're more likely to mistake a piece of trash for food or get it stuck on them. So can we stop this issue? There are some things that we can do to lessen the amount of pollution that goes into the ocean, and mainly this is by reducing our use of plastic or getting rid of our use of plastic completely in some people's cases. And even though this is a small action, in the grand scheme of things, if enough people did do it, it would make a change to a species of turtles. So how can we help and reduce our plastic use? We can use reusable bags and not plastic ones. And if everyone did this, turtles would no longer be found with bags around their heads or in their mouths. The next thing is plastic straws, which can oftentimes be found in the noses and throats of sea turtles. And this has caused many people to put down their plastic straws and join the challenge of going 365 days without using them. And lastly is to use a refillable water bottle instead of a plastic one, therefore reducing the amount of plastic bottles that end up in the ocean. And that's a big one because plastic bottles are very popular and very just easy to grab and not have to refill. But if enough people did switch over to reusable water bottles, then it would make a really big difference. And then I just have, and that's it.